Praise the Lord. I'm so happy to meet you once again through this program for the sake of truth. This program discusses about the truth and the reality. We are going to see every truth in all the religious texts, whether it has been reality in real time, whether it has been proven, or what did happen on those days. That's what we are going to discuss. And in last program, you can see in last episode, we spoke about Prophet Muhammad, because he's not a very simple person. You can see one third of a population, a whole population follows him. We do not know why they follow him, because of the propaganda what he has made about one God concept or about the religion, whatever is fine. But he's a very important person in historically. He's a very important person. You can find that in the previous episode we saw how Prophet Muhammad lived. He born in 570 AD and he died in 632 AD, and he got revelation 610 AD, and how his life was transformed and what he did. All these things we saw as a hint. And he was being called like Al-Amin. What does that mean, Al-Amin? It means trustworthy person. So he gained that name when he was living in the Mecca. But you should understand, when he started propagating about his faith, about his faith, what the revelation he had in the Hira cave, suddenly you can see the local people, the Meccan people, where he lived in the palace, all those are against him, because he is against idol worshipping, and he was not pleased with all kinds of idol worshipping in the Kaaba. That's the main problem. And these people are afraid about him, and he's also got threatened from them, and he's running away for his life from Mecca to Medina. As soon as he's approaching Medina, you can find Medina is close to Mecca. I mean, almost 210 miles away from towards northern side. So as soon as he's reached Medina, you can find Medina is a city of complete Jewish business people are living there. So Medina is not it's a full of Jewish city. It's a pure Jewish city, Medina. So he's going there and started talking about his faith. He's telling that I went to Hira cave and I got revelation, and the people are listening to him. What has happened really? As soon as he started telling that I am also coming from the God whom your God has sent. The prophet has been sent by your God a lot of time, and today the same God has sent me. As soon as this word, when he says that your God and my God is one, there comes a big confusion and the big clashes have started coming. Because see, the Jews normally they don't belong to any Arabians, Arabia, or you can say in Arabia a lot of tribes live, a lot of Sabians, a lot of people those who live. But the Jewish they belong to Israelites. They are from Abraham's son Isaac and Isaac's son Jacob, and Jacob's name is Israel actually. So they all came from Israelites, and the prophethood comes from Israelites. So these Jewish people and the Christians people are not accepting what Muhammad was telling, and they are keeping a lot of tests. Right now you can see Quran chapter 29 verse 46. It says that our God and your God is one, and it is to him we bow. That's how Muhammad started the conversation with Jewish people. A Jew says, okay, you are telling that my God and your God is one, and you are telling that my God has sent you, and then what is his name? They're asking what is the name God has sent. He cannot answer actually. You can find that not in one single time in the Quran, the name Yahweh is not mentioned at all. But you can find in the Bible, Hebrew Bible, more than 5,000 times the word Yahweh is mentioned actually. Even when Jesus, when you know why the people were the Jewish people, I can say some Jewish people, the Pharisees and Sadducees, why they were against Jesus is, Jesus said that I and Yahweh are one. He was always relating to him with Yahweh. That's the problem. The Yahweh means the covenant God. Bible says very clearly, whenever I said any prophet, that prophethood has to come from Israel's descendant. And second thing is, that prophet should carry my name. He will come in my name and declare the prophecy. That's how the Jewish tradition is all about. That we cannot change. That's how the Israelites were living. You can see all the Bible is full of that only. So they're asking, who has sent you? And then he couldn't even answer who has sent him. He is saying Allah. Then he said, that's fine. Allah is the common name. Allah means God. That's it. In Hebrew, Elohim means God. In Greek, Theos means God. In Tamil, Irevan means God. In English, God is God. In Arabic, Allah means God. That's it. What is the name of the God? Then he couldn't reply at all. But he's telling that your God and my God is one. Then they are keeping some test. You can say that. You can see that first test is whether our God speaks. That's a test Jews are keeping for Prophet Muhammad. He is asking whether your God spoke to him. When this question was given to Muhammad, not even once he accepted that Allah spoke to him at all. You can find that in not even one single time in Hadith or in Sirah or in Quran, you can never find that Allah spoke to Muhammad at all. But you can find a lot of time Allah spoke to Ibrahim. Those are the concept already taken written by Jews. So he's taking that concept and putting in the Quran. But not in one single time Allah has never spoken to Prophet Muhammad at all. The Bible says, to make it very clearly in First Chronicles 16 verse 26. Why I am comparing Bible is he says that your God and my God is one. So I have to clarify this. In First Chronicles chapter 16 verse 26 it says, God speaks, he does have words. If ye mute, then be aware, for all the gods of the nations are idols. When Jews are asking whether Prophet Muhammad, did your God spoke to you and sent here? And he said, no, my God never spoke to me. So that's why they give this reference, God always speaks. Our God spoke to Adam, our God spoke to Enoch, our God spoke to Moses, our God spoke to Abraham, our God spoke to Jacob, our God spoke to Israel, our God spoke to Elijah, our God spoke to David, our God spoke to Job, to everybody our God spoke. The same God came to this world as a human. As our God is a speaking God, as a personal God, he speaks. But how come you say that your God never spoke? So the first question is, if my God speaks means Muslims are telling my God never spoke. We are not even once Muhammad Prophet heard about God speaking to him. But Christians and Jews telling my God always speaks. That's why we always feel God is speaking to us, and we listen to His words. And Bible says whenever we pray to Him, we listen to His voice. See, so the problem is the Muhammad Prophet never talked about Abraham's God. He never talked about Abraham's God. He's talking about his own God. Even Islam, the word came later on. It was called as a Muhammadan religion, that's it actually. Before he was there, the followers are Muhammad's followers actually, Prophet Muhammad's followers. Now the question is, the people are asking, who was the spirit who spoke with him? Who had sent this spirit? What was the connection between the spirit which Muhammad is telling, and what is the connection between Allah? And all were totally without information at all. So Jews never accepted Muhammad as a prophet, to be frank, I'm telling you. So from Ismail, and he says that he came from the descendant of Ismail, and he is claiming that he belongs to Abraham's descendants. The problem is, again, one more problem is, even when he claims to be as Abraham's son Ismail's descendants, but Bible says very clearly, Abraham's son Isaac, not Ismail, and Isaac's son Jacob, Israelites, only they can have the prophethood in their line. No one can come and say that today I am born in India, I cannot come and say that I am a prophet of this Abraham God, because I'm not Israelites first of all, I'm not descendants first of all. I should know what is the name of the God. They will ask me what is the name of the God whom has sent. See, even Moses, when Moses was living in this world, Moses was not even dare to face Israelites. He is asking to, when God is approaching him and having a discussion with God, he is asking God, tell me what is your name, because he knows very well, if I go with this name, then only they'll accept. So God is telling, I am who I am, my name is Yahweh, I am Jehovah, I am the Yahweh. So when the name Yahweh, he goes and tells that, Moses goes and talk to his brother Aaron in Egypt. He's telling that your God has sent me, and his name is Yahweh. When he sent this name, when he called by this name, you can see that then only the Israelites people will believe him, then only the miracles will happen, all these things will happen. So my question is, Muhammad Prophet, even if you claim to be Ismailites, we never know whether he is Ismailite at all, whether even if he claims to be Ismailites, he is not a prophethood according to the tradition of Bible. That's what I'm telling. I'm not telling my own opinion. I'm not telling that he's not a prophet. Bible is telling he is not a prophet at all, because he has to be has to come from Abraham's son Isaac, and Isaac's son Jacob. Israel. That's the name. And then you can find even the same term has been mentioned in Quran. Even Muhammad, without knowing, it's been taken. You can find in 29th chapter and 27th verse. It says, and we gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and ordained among his progeny prophethood and revelation, and we granted him his reward in this life. It is written in Quran. This thing even Muhammad knows. When he knows even this prophethood comes from Abraham son Isaac, and Isaac from Jacob. Not even Ismail, it's not been mentioned here. Even you should understand, not even Isaac's first son Esau. It was Jacob. So God chose particular generation to be as a prophethood. You can see all the books, 66 books in the Bible, they're all Israelites. They wrote in different places and different times, but they're all are Israelites actually. You can find everybody are Israelites, and also all are prophets. And you can find all the prophets only came from these generations. So this is very clearly for them. So they are not ready to accept him as a prophet. And third thing they're asking, Okay, thus your God is sovereign because my God speaks, your God doesn't speak. I cannot see that, and you're not a Israelite, and I know that I'm an Israelite. My God only sends an Israelite, and then He says whether your God does sovereign things, whether He is sovereign God, whether He does or performs miracle. They're asking to Him. You can see in Quran chapter 13, verse 7, it says, "And those who disbelieve say, why has a sign not been sent down to him from his Lord?" Lot of time in Quran chapter 13 verse 7 and Quran chapter 29 verse 50 and Quran chapter 10 verse 20, 17th chapter 90 to 92, 17th chapter 59. So many times the calf is literally come in front of him and challenge him. Come on, man. Show some miracle. Come and show some. Just try to break the sky and do all these things and try to. They're trying to demand him and ask him to challenge it. You can see that a lot of time he was being cornered to perform miracles. But he never did not even one miracle when the challenge was high. Even he accepted that I'm also waiting. Let me wait humbly when God does the miracle. So but the problem is the Bible God says when I send a prophet, he will go with my name and he will be an Israelite and he will perform the miracle in front of you. So you should understand on those days, not even on those days, even till today, the followers of Jesus does a lot of miracles. You can go to YouTube and you can find healings done by Jesus Christ. Even today, you can find a lot of people in testimonies. You can find Islam testimonies. Islam people came to Christ. You can see a lot of testimonies. You will find a lot of people came to Christ because of the miracles. And today, I know this. Even Islam, I mean, Muslims agree that today a lot of Muslims go to church only for the miracles. Actually, they believe that only Jesus can do the miracle. Even the best part is even Quran accepts that only Jesus can do the miracle part. So you should be very clear. I'm not linking Quran versus Bible. I'm telling there is a big deviation is there. Quran is not Bible. Bible God and Torah God. I can say Torah God and the Zabur God and the Injil God is not the God of Quran. But he says, no, we are all same. But I'm not saying. But these guys are telling we are not same because God never spoke to you and you never came in God's name. And third, you are not Israelite actually, and you never perform miracles. So these are the problems actually Muhammad is facing on those days. And sometime you can find that Prophet Muhammad has said that I have done two miracles. One is that he split the moon into two, and second he says the water came from the crack of his fingers and he fed his companion. So both the miracles are not at all proven at any point of time, because the reason why I'm telling is whenever the miracle happened in Bible, there was a reason. For example, when Moses was bringing all his Israelite people from Egypt, when they are running away from there, when they came to the bridge of Red Sea, God opened the Red Sea. God separating, He's making a path into the Red Sea. Actually, you can find that the Red Sea was split into two and they are walking through it actually. So you can find whenever the miracles or the supernatural thing happened, it happened for a specific reason actually. But here you can find that no one has seen the miracle at all. On those days when Moses was splitting the river into two, the sea into two, lakhs of Israelites people are being as a proof on that day actually. But today, when he says that he split the moon into two, no one has ever seen that. No one has ever seen that. Actually, when he says that he gave the water to his friend, why he cannot bring some water and give to his friend? Why should he bring water from his finger and give to his friend? So this all shows that the Christians as well as the Jewish people on those days, they never accepted him as a prophet. My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to understand only one thing. Prophet Muhammad and Islam never talked about the God of Abraham at all. There's a new religion, new prophet, and new God. I can say that's it. There is nothing to link between prophets of this book and this book. For example, if I put all the characters of this book and put into this book, does that mean that my Quran is belongs to this people? Not at all. I have taken all the stories and put in the Quran. That's it. You can find Quran is a mix of Christian stories, Jewish stories, and all the Zoroastrian religion stories. When you see in the upcoming days, you will see a lot of program, the series of this. Say for the sake of truth, I will even share the sources of Islam. See, I'm asking to every people, those who are following Islam, can you tell me what is new in Quran apart from the kafir killing? You cannot even answer for this, because see about all the stories, even the heaven concept, see even that is not for divine revelation at all. Even the heaven concept of 72 virgins and Hurin all already is existed in the Zoroastrian religion. Even today the Zoroastrians are living till today in this world. In their books it is written like Zoroaster's, in their book it is written like 72 virgins, and you can find the characters of Bible. Abraham, Jesus, David, Moses, Job, all these characters are already biblical characters. They are Israelites. He just put all the words, all the characters in Quran and saying that I also belong to them. It doesn't mean that they belong to them. There is no link between Quran and Bible. The prophet of Muhammad is a different prophet, different God, and different book. And there is no link between Abrahamic faith and them. You will see in upcoming days very clearly. And I'm not going to just say my own opinion, but I'm going to talk with all the proofs and references where you will easily understand. Quran never talked about a divine thing. It never spoke about a new thing. It always spoke about what already has been spoken. Today already has been spoken. That's not a new thing to come and say. Today, if I say in 1947 India got independence, and today you are coming writing and you're saying that I am writing this, so I only know that India got independence. Already it's been written in 1947 that India got independence. Nothing to change actually. So bringing a new news is a revelation. Bringing the existing news is not at all a revelation at all. It was already existing on those time, and you will know when you listen, when you understand, you will automatically know. May God bless you all, and I understand that I may God bless you all. I feel that you will understand this in the upcoming days, and I pray for all the Muslims to know this truth, and may God bless you all. I mean, thank you so much for watching this. Praise the Lord.
For more guidance and prayer support, write to us prayer@mgpministries.com.